Right, so
resting back.
you can rest back with your hands, or you can rest your hands on your thighs. Just really depends on what feels best for you and your body. And then we're going to start with your toes. So let's just scrunch your toes. Just wake up your toes this morning. Maybe even smile to your toes. Say hello to your toes. You know, you don't often say much unless something's going on. And I would say that about most of our joints in our body, most of the pain in our body, or most of our body parts, we don't notice unless it's not feeling quite right. So let's move and smile and appreciate what's moving well today, what's going well, what's going right. So we're gonna take a nice big inhale here, big exhale, and then pause.
Yeah.
Ah,
And just sitting like this requires a lot of postural muscles. So notice what's happening in your posture. Avoid rounding or cashewing your spine. And in some cases, you might want to put a little prop or a lift, a blanket under your seat. It's much better that you're more of a back bend with your tailbone. You grab a little cushion rather than a C shape. So optimally, your tailbone is more down or back instead of tucked under. You don't want to be a sad dog with your tail tucked.
all right, let's continue to move. So we're just gonna go point and flex. Hopefully found nice adjustments for your spine, for your back, for your body as you point and flex, about 70% effort. So you're not going all the way to the maximum edge of the joint, but rather just enough to feel a good range of motion and to start to get that synovial fluid to lubricate through that synovial joint and that synovial capsule. So getting that kind of hydration to create smooth gliding surfaces for our tissues to create mobility for us.
Yes. Not only does movement create more synovial fluid, like Nicole mentioned, it gets more blood flow, which creates more friction and heat, which brings more water and hydration. So important that we move.
And then we'll pause, feel nice and warm. Then it's going to turn to it hit Jake. And then we're going to add let's bring our feet a little closer together, and you're going to bring all your toes together if possible. See what that feels like. Maybe it's only the two toes, big and little. Maybe you just get one toe to touch. Doesn't matter. So you just want to keep all your toes up towards the sky as you try to get all the toes to touch, and then bring all the toes away from each other. So we're doing a nice inversion and then eversion. So let's go back and forth, keeping the toes up towards the sky the entire time. The more you point it, the easier it might be, but there's a little bit more stress on the joint. So keep the toes up.
Yeah, so in the beginning, it might look more like this, like Barbie doll toes and your little plantar flex. But somewhat you want to create a dorsiflexion while you do that inversion, really activate, strengthen, turn on those stabilizing tendons, muscles, ligaments around your feet, your ankles that support the knees, the hips, the spine.
Yeah. Let's do this big breath in here.
And a great way to let go of stress, tension is inhale through your nose, exhale out and open mouth, even with a gentle sigh.
And then pause. So you can move at any pace that feels delicious, nutritious to you. So you can go quick or you can go slow as we now add some rotations to the ankles. Yeah.
Getting a little relaxed.
Jake is feeling it too.
So notice, can you really isolate the motion in your ankles? So your knees are not really moving. Your kneecap, patella, shine toward the ceiling, but you're getting this beautiful motility happening in and around those muscles of your feet and ankles.
Big breath. And reverse.
Soft face, neck, shoulder, jaw, some of the first muscles that respond unconsciously to a stress response are just those, the face, the neck, the jaw, the shoulder. So can you relax your muscles even as you challenge and activate other muscles?
And then we'll pause and relax. So we should get a nice like ring of fire around that ankle. Let's bring it up from the ankle to the knees. So let's support interlace fingers underneath your hamstrings, and we'll just keep it out.
Yeah, and you can decide left or right. Doesn't matter if you start one side or the other.
We're gonna do both.
Yeah. And even here, can you avoid that rounding? So try not to round like this. Can you feel even a little back bend behind your heart? feel like you're more resting on your sit bones than your tailbone.
Big breath here, dropping those shoulders, smiling to your knee, thankful for your knee, all the work that it does for you, moving you through space, up and down stairs, in and out of cars. So cool what your body can do. One more breath. And then let that go. Let's feel a nice warmth in that knee. And let's bring it over, our attention to the opposite knee.
Yeah, your other side probably wants that balance, looking for that balance. So here, one of the coolest things about our body, and some of you might be familiar that anatomists and physiologists are actually debating whether or not muscle, fascia, connective tissue should actually be labeled an organ because it produces some of the same molecules, hormones, catalysts that all the other organs create. We're almost done with this.
One more breath.
So we are working in, some anatomists believe, the biggest organ in our body are muscles when you move. And it doesn't have to be a big sweaty workout to turn on our muscles, just simple range of motion, walking, getting up, standing. These are wonderful ways to turn our muscles on.
Let's bend the knee if that's comfortable for you. Support underneath the knee, bring the leg out. So we're going to get into our hip now. So the toes, ankle, knee, hip, let's do it. You can support the outer edge of your ankle or foot and rest it on the floor, or you can even bring it across the opposite side.
Only do this if you have really happy, safe ankles and knees.
And flexibility in your hips.
Yeah, so go to your Goldilocks level. Not too
Let's
much.
bring that knee up and
Yeah.
bring the knee down.
Not
We're
too
gonna
much.
go up and down here, just letting the movement come from isolating from your hip joint. So notice, how happy is your hip this morning? Smile again into this hip, in this giant joint, housing much of your proprioceptive neurons. So as we innervate here, we're getting more information, activating our central nervous system in a new way today. Inhale, exhale, and then, I
That's
feel
good.
like you
Go
wanted
ahead.
to say
Go ahead.
something.
Yeah.
And then let's add some rotation. So now we're just going to kind of pick up the whole leg and see if you can initiate the movement from your hip and create some nice gentle circles. So the circles can be big, they can be small, whatever feels most safe for you in your body. However it feels good in your joints, just kind of move and notice any flipping, any popping, any crackling here, and then reverse it.
Notice with all this attention in your hip, can you also be long in your cervical and thoracic vertebrae? So maybe lift your chin up slightly, raise your chest up, and then draw your chin in, retract it. Chin up, chest up, chin back. Great way to create more space in the back of your neck and shoulders.
One more breath. And then let's bring this whole leg, I'm not done with it yet. Let's bring it across the midline here. So if this is comfortable for you, you're just gonna pull it up and over. And maybe this is enough, you already feel a big stretch here. If you'd like to, you can cradle the knee by bringing the knee inside one elbow. And maybe if you're feeling particularly flexible, I'm not that flexible yet this morning, but you're coming to the outer edge, maybe the opposite elbow can cradle the outer edge of the foot.
And safety, keep the toes facing the knee. So dorsiflex the toes.
Flex your foot.
Yeah.
Flex your foot to protect your knee, and then you're adding a little gentle rocking. Can you get long in your spine? I like that cue of lift your chest, lift your chin, inhale, and then exhale, drop your chin, keep your chest up. Exhale, nice. And then we'll let it go.
Might
Hello.
feel a little different from side to side.
Definitely.
Cool.
All right,
Other side.
let's do it. Let's bring the opposite leg up.
So either hand underneath the ankle, foot on the ground, or you can do a little half lotus. Find what is safe. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, even yourself at another time. In Buddhism, it said that the cause of all suffering is comparison. So let go of judging good, bad, right, wrong, past, future, and let's go into the sensation, the raw sensory info that your body intelligence is filling you with right now. Can you discover or learn something new about your body with your sensitive attention as we move conscientiously through our body?
Ooh, add those rotations, support and hold up that leg and let the movement initiate in the hip. Feel that hip rotate.
Not only when we move our joints do we secrete that synovial fluid, but it generally takes a good 15 or 20 minutes to do so. Should we rotate the other way?
One more breath. And then, yeah, let me do it.
That's why it's really important for people who are having joint pain, strain, tension, arthritis, tendinitis, bursitis. It's really important that they move and a little more than 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
One more breath.
Got to find about 15, 20 minutes to help produce and secrete that synovial fluid before that joint feels a little healthier and happier.
Let's bring that leg across. Maybe this is enough for you. Maybe you can hug with that outer knee to your inner elbow. Maybe you can reach that opposite inner elbow to the foot and then rock that little leg, baby. Smile to this leg. Smile to your hips. You're stabilizing, strong, secure, safe hips. Smile into your body.
Maybe even visualize the synovium, that joint capsule producing, secreting that egg-like slippery substance that creates that smooth, fluid connection over the articulate cartilage at the ends of the bones inside the joints. Lovely.
And then let that go.
All right.
Yeah. So just to wake up a little bit more into the legs, let's do a little tapping. So we're just going to use either cupping hands or maybe a little soft fist. We're just going to tap down the outside of the leg.
About 9 times down and outside.
Get all the way to the toes and then bring it in. Tap, slap in the inside. Let's go
About 9
around.
times. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Up. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Up. 2, 3, 4. A little quicker now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo! All right. Yeah. Open it up.
All right, let's get into our spine a little bit.
Yes.
We're going to cross leg if
If
that's
it's-
comfortable
yes.
for you.
And-
If not,
You could always have props under your knees, blocks. You could have one leg out. You could have both legs out. You could sit in a chair, of course.
yes, this can all be done in a chair. So I'm just going to scoot up a little forward so I don't bump into you.
Okay.
And you don't bump into
Okay,
me. That
we're gonna-
means don't
that
come up
way.
with me. All right. All right, cool. So now we're just going to go, we're going to do a little bit of flexion extension of the spine. So we're going to inhale, maybe even bring the arms back behind you, open the chest up towards the sky, big breath. On the exhale, let's lift the knees, tuck the chin, round the spine. Oh, yeah. So let's do this a few times. This might be the first wake up to your spine today. I know it is for me. So I'm starting to feel the highway of information start to open, start to get flexible, start to get a little more juicy through my not only highway of information, my brain and spinal cord, but I also got my highway of energy, of chi circulating here. Big meridians circulate here along and around the spine.
And this is one of the safest ways to move through your spine. Maybe not so deeply if pain is stopping you from the full exertion of mobility, but the simple forward folding, spinal flexion, and spinal extension, forward and back bending is one of the best things you can do, not just for your musculoskeletal system, but for your whole system.
Let's do 3 more of these. Best flexions and extensions of the day so far.
Use your core. Can you breathe a little more fully? Use your diaphragm, not just as a respiratory, but a postural muscle. Helping keep a sturdy, stable, aligned spine, core, pelvis with deep belly breathing.
And then we'll pause. So nice. All right, feeling a little bit of extra warmth around my spine. How about you?
Yes.
Yeah, very nice. So now let's bring it, we do a little flexion extension. Let's do some lateral flexion. So this time we're just going to reach your right arm out to the side, deep breath in, long spine. On the exhale, as you drop over towards the side, maybe your elbow touches the ground, maybe not. Maybe that opposite arm comes up and off.
And see if you can keep this opposite hip, that opposite ischial tuberosity toward the ground.
All right. So we'll inhale center, and then we'll do to the other side. And then find your pace. Back and forth a few times here. Moving at the perfect pace for you. Maybe if you want to pause and hang out and drape yourself over to one side, that's fine.
If you want to follow your breath, inhale as you rise and come to neutral, and then exhale as you laterally bend to the other side. Avoid rotating your shoulders. So you want your shoulders stacked one on top of the other. You don't want to be rounding forward or back. And this is the second safest way to move through the spine when we're either rehabbing or prehabbing back injury. You want to do flexion extension first, and then lateral flexion extension, slowly warming up, getting that synovial fluid in there, getting that blood flow, and getting these muscles to activate.
You got this. Not only, oh yeah, you want to hold this, he wants to hold on over. So let's go on over to the opposite side. Oh, I guess. Let's hold an extra breath here. Maybe if you like to, you can drop your hand behind your head. You can drop that elbow, deep breath in, and on the exhale, reach the elbow up towards the sky. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale. What do I do? Inhale,
Inhale down, exhale,
and
open.
exhale. Let's try that one more.
Feel long in your spine. Feel your head stretching away from your chest, your ribs stretching away from your pelvis.
Reach that arm back up. Let's bring it on over. Transitional breath here. All right, big breath. Exhaling over. Oh, holding here. If you'd like to, you can drop that hand behind your head. Deep breath in as you drop your elbow towards the floor. On the exhale, bring that elbow towards the sky. 2 more. And back up to center. Oh, lovely. Feel good.
Cool.
Warming it up. Feeling the heat.
Yeah, a little warmer,
And a
more
little more,
alive,
yeah, a little
little
awakening up into the spine and
little
the brain.
softening.
All right, we're not done though. So let's twist, right? So we can do flexion extension, lateral flexion, and then the spine does the twist. So let's first start very mild. We're gonna build our twist from light to medium to deep. So we'll start with our right hand on our right knee. Reach your left hand back behind you. Long, deep breath in as you traction your head up towards the sky. Tuck your chin, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, let's bring your lumbar back first, then your thoracic, and then your head look back. Deep breath in, come back towards the center. Left hand, left knee. Right hand reaches behind you. Long spine, tuck your chin.
Belly turns right. Keep looking forward. Chest turns right. And then the head, the gaze turns right. It's okay to turn the head, but if you turn it first, you're going to stop the twist from lowering your spine.
All right, let's take it to medium progression. So this time, hand in front of your belly button. Left hand behind you, deep breath in, long spine. Tuck that chin as you bring your belly over. Heart, and then your head. Inhale, center. Long spine, set yourself up for success. On the exhale, belly, heart, and then your head. And then last round, we're going to bring the hand all the way across to the opposite shoulder, opposite knee. Deep breath in. On the exhale, reach it back, belly, chest, head. And let's hold here for an extra breath. And I know Keith is done to talk us through some stuff here.
Oh, sure. So keep twisting left, stretching at the belly, chest, and even your neck and gaze, stretch your eyeballs. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, inflate to your chest, rotate belly and chest more left. But as you exhale, look straight forward in front of you with your head, neck, and gaze. That's the idea. Let's try that again. Inflate into your chest, belly, shoulders more left, but as you exhale, look over your right shoulder with your head and gaze. Slide your armpits down toward your hips. Inhale, inflate into your chest, twist belly, shoulders more left. This time drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Good. Another time like that. Inflate to the chest, belly, shoulders more left. Exhale. Can you drop that right ear a little lower to your right shoulder? Good morning, Scalenes. Good morning, SEM. Inhale, inflate chest, belly, shoulders more left. Now drop your chin down to your right armpit. Stretch the back, levator scap, back of the trap, spinning scapula cervices. And then inhale, bring your head back to center. Release the tension in your arms and let your body unwind. Maybe change whatever foot or leg is in front or on top before we balance that out. So twists are really, really powerful ways to help enhance the function and movement of your spine. But if the joint is unstable, if someone's in pain, you don't want to do a lot of twisting. You want to keep it more to flexion, extension, very simple bilateral movements, not asymmetrical or contralateral movements. So I see a lot of people when they have neck pain or back pain, they try to pop and adjust themselves. That generally puts an unstable vertebrae into a state of more instability, and the fixation, the lock of vertebrae keep staying fixated. So keep that in mind. If you or your client has acute spinal pain, avoid deep twisting and maybe do flexion extension, lateral flexion extension first.
All right, here we go. Let's finally do the other side.
The left hand to the right knee. Inflate, nice big back bend as you inhale. Exhale, belly goes right, keep looking forward, shoulders go right, keep looking forward, then the head of the chin goes right. Take a couple breaths here as you look up and over your right shoulder. Slide your armpits down. The more you can activate your latissimus dorsi, the less your trapezius unnecessarily overwork. The more your armpits drop to your hips and you turn on the lats, the more the traps, the back of your neck and shoulders soften and relax. Let's inhale, inflate to your chest, belly and shoulders more right, but as you exhale, let's go straight forward with our head, our neck, and our gaze. Inhale, inflate to your chest, belly, shoulders more right, but exhale, twist your chin and head, your neck, your eyes more left. Inflate to your chest, belly, shoulders more right. Drop your left ear as you exhale to your left shoulder. Could even do a little seesaw motion, whatever you like here, but keep it safe, keep it friendly. Inflate to your chest, belly, shoulders more right. Drop that left ear a little further, not left shoulder up, but left ear down. And inflate to your chest, belly, shoulders more right, but drop your chin down toward your left armpit. Stretch the back of your neck as you look down to your left hip. And then gently inhale, bring your head back to neutral, release the tension in your arms and your shoulders, and let that go. Feel all that fluid, all that movement. The other incredible thing about muscles, not only are they conceived of as an organ themselves, the fascia, but they also produce, they're the largest tissue to produce myokines, which shut off, they decelerate inflammation and turn on metabolism.
So right now, we're engaged in our metabolism.
Yeah, we've turned on our metabolism ever since we started moving like this, and we've been incrementally diminishing and decelerating our inflammation. When you move, you turn down inflammation, you turn up metabolism.
Let's get up into our shoulders some
Yes.
more. So we kind of warmed them up with a little bit of stretch there. So let's put our hands up. I love this one. Let's just begin to rotate through that shoulder joint. So we're going to inhale and press your elbows forward and your palms back. Try to keep this 90-degree angle. On the exhale, let's rotate through those shoulders. Elbows forward, palms back. This is still my favorite. Moving through the shoulder joint. We call this shoulder flossing. Feel that kind of motor and pestle sensation as you rotate, kind of giving yourself your own orthopedic massage as you rotate through the joint. And notice which side has more mobility than maybe it's right over the left. Maybe feel some clicking, some popping.
This is going to be really important for your folks with rotator cuff, sprains, strains, or tears. It's going to be really important for any shoulder bursitis, tendonitis. adhesive capsulitis frozen shoulder. This really gets into the synovium, helps reorganize the fascia inside the joint. Well, hello, Jay.
Oh, yes, welcome. And let's do one more round. Big breath here. Thank you. And
I would love to.
let it go. Shake those shoulders out. We'll bring our hands to our hands to our shoulders, and then we'll bring our elbows together in front and elbows together in back. Back and forth a little bit here. Back and forth. Just kind of opening things up. And again, moving with your breath or some other pace that feels natural for you. We want to create some heat. Feel heat in your shoulders. Feel the warmth as you, again, smile into your body. Appreciate and be thankful for what your shoulders can do. There's no pain in there. Thank them for that. If you're kind of starting to feel a diminishment of pain or starting to move through pain, thank the pain too. The pain is there as your request. Notice that pain sometimes shows up as a request for us to do something different. How else could you move in your body to support a pain-free state? One more breath here. And then let it go.
Cool.
Let's rotate through the shoulders. Nice big shoulder rolls. Going back up and down. Maybe alternating feels better for you. Simultaneous. Little shoulder shrugs. Let's go the other way.
So getting friendly with your body, we notice a lot of people who are in pain or before or after surgeries, they almost treat their body like an enemy, like it's a foe. See how much you can nurture that relationship with your body as your friend, as your ally, as your support.
For sure. And then let's bring our arms out in front and let's get into those elbows. Let's just open those elbows, palms up towards the sky. Bring the fingertips towards your shoulders and then back out in front. So nice big extension and opening into your happy, smiling elbows.
I saw a couple of chats come in, but I couldn't read them.
Yeah.
So I will take a look while you continue moving us through.
Perfect. Big breath here. And then we're gonna pause with our hands out in front of us, palms down. So now we're gonna bring all our fingers together and then open our fingers, extend our fingers nice and wide.
Those were just funny comments.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Excellent. I love commentary.
Yes. And I think the dogs are speaking to each other and our bodies are communicating with other dogs. Yeah.
Our pets are all getting involved.
They're like, oh, what's this?
What's happening? You're on the
Are
floor?
we playing?
Your hands are moving. They should be touching me.
Yeah. I'm ready for my massage. I just gotta reach up and find those hands.
Next time you bring your hands up, let's bring all the fingers together, but just separate the thumb away from the rest of the fingers. Bring it all in. Separate the pointer and the thumb. Think about it. Bring it all in. Add the middle finger.
Nano.
Bring it all in. Add the pinky.
Oh, I gotta think about that
I did
one.
too. And then bring it all in. Stretch it all out. And then shake, shake, shake it out.
Mhm.
And then I just like to add one more little qigong thing from your wrist. So we're just gonna take one wrist over on the other and just do nice little tapping.
So if you have bracelets or watches off, you'll want to take that off.
Lay open the wrist, channels, and then we'll pause. And we're gonna open up right in the center of your palm, big, powerful healing hands point. We're gonna massage Lao Gong, the laborer's palace, right in the center of your palm. Massage, massage, open up this channel, open this powerful therapy point of the healer's hands, not only for others, but for yourself too.
It's right in the center of your palm in line with your middle finger. And I think I heard someone unmute themselves. If you do have a question, you can speak up anytime.
And then we'll take your little soft fist and then we're just gonna open up some more little pounds right there in the palm. 1, 2, 3. I like that. 1, 2, 3. One more round. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna do the same thing to the opposite wrist. Feel that?
Do we want to? Yeah, I just kind of want to sense left to right. Notice any new sensations. So body sensations are your body's wisdom to communicate with you. So the more sensitive awareness we can get, the better. Other side.
Yeah, let's tap that opposite wrist.
So we're tucking the back of the wrist on front of the bottom wrist.
Kind of like Wonder Woman move here.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah, I'm dodging bullets.
I like it.
Sniper take the
All
shield
right, good
here.
deal, good deal.
And then we'll pause. Let's massage that Laogong point. Healer's hand. Activate the opposite hand.
You can even
Breathe.
stretch.
Smile into your body. When you smile to yourself, you send a message to your brain that all is well. That your brain begins to relax and think that everything's actually all right. So just notice that sometimes we have to. Sometimes our body gets the message from the outside in. Sometimes we get the message. Our mind gets the message from the inside out. So let's work together. Find highway of communication, open on both sides, and then let's activate. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll pause. We're going to bring both palms together. And we're just going to kind of heat it up. Heat it up. Like you're keeping those 2 points connected and then creating heat all around those 2 points. You can heat it up to the left.
No, 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 no.
Heat it up to the
No,
right.
no, 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 no.
Try again. Breathing. And then come back to center. Bring your hands to the center of your heart. Yum. Bowing your head to yourself. And then here we are. We get to set our intention for today, connecting with your own heart, your heartbeat, your breath. And then your intention for today, smiling into what you want to feel most.
What do you want to learn? What would you like to experience? What would check all the boxes for your success? And begin to track that intention, clarify it now for your heart and mind and body.
One more breath here. Let's bring those healers' hands right onto your traps and shoulders and energize your own neck, traps, shoulders. Yum.
You can even lean into your hands and give a little massage and squeeze or just simply hold. If you can't reach same side, you could always reach to the opposite trap. And maybe we'll even add a little pulling. You can squeeze the back of your neck. You can drag the shoulders, same shoulder or opposite shoulders. Just drag the trap, soften, soothe the back of your neck, your traps. Might even want to give a little attention to your TMJ, your jaw, which is notoriously susceptible to chronic stress. You can open and close your jaw, massage around your ears. Auriculotherapy is a form of reflexology just for the ears, mirror the whole macrocosm of your body with your ears. Scissor, index, and middle and front and behind your ears, if you like. Find 1 or 2 more breaths as you connect, not only with how you're touching yourself, but can you notice your contact from the inside of your body? A lot of times we notice touch from contact point to contact point on the outside. Can you allow your awareness to receive your touch from just inside of your skin?
Take your 10 dragons, your fingers, 10 fingers, 10 dragons, and run them through your scalp. Run them through your head and hair if that's possible. Getting some more blood up to your brain, into your head. Even massaging those little points in the back, GD20s or the suboccipitals. Waking up the brain a little bit. And then we'll drop our hands and we're just going to do a little bit of range of motion in the neck. Drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, traction the head up and back and bring the chin to the sky. Chin to chest. Chin to sky. One more. Back to center, ear to shoulder we did before, but we'll just revisit and notice how it feels now. Back and forth.
Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, center. And we're doing that same thing for our cervicals that we did for the length of our spine by beginning with cervical flexion extension first, and lateral flexion extension second.
And then when you're ready, we'll pause in the center and then gentle range of motion, chin to shoulder, center, chin to shoulder. Just looking at. And then let your eyes follow your pace. So move at a perfect pace where you can see the whole space around you. Back to center. We'll bring our palms together one more time. Warm them up. Heat them up. And then we're going to rest your hands right over those eyeballs. Big breath into your eyes. Big breath into your third eye. Into your brain. Into your clear, decisive, bright brain. Big breath. Again, smile to yourself. Smile to your head, to your heart, to your belly. Let your eyes smile. One more breath. And then let it all go. All right. And that is a nice little morning warm up. You'll have that on video too. So if you like that, enjoyed that joint-free series, that's something that you can forever have and follow along with. I know it's something that we could regularly go back to over and over again as a way to stay connected to our own joint health.
Yeah, and to, again, turn off inflammation, activate metabolism, just feel good in our body from head to toe.